Shonto Nanieezh Peter Ojri Vashanko Gwatsan Ithli Gatanan Gwichi Shihan Ine Tsat Shiti Yvonne Peter. So, my name is Nanieezh Peter, and I'm 15 years old. My mom and dad are Ine and Yvonne Peter, and I'm from Arctic Village and Shonto, Arizona, which is on the reservation, the Navajo reservation. I live in Fairbanks, and I do visit Arctic Village, which is my home community, and Shonto, Arizona, which is another one of my home communities. And not only does it affect the tundra and the animals and the wildlife, but I think it also affects everyone's souls on a deeper level, where it tears communities apart even if people believe the oil industry is good and people believe it's bad. And so it's not only destructive physically to the land, but it's also destructive spiritually to the connection, because it's severing it. My aspiration for the next generation would be a world where people can get energy that isn't destructive to the earth and the environment, where they can communicate within their groups and with all the other groups effectively so that everyone understands. And I guess the pageant girl in me wants to say world peace. And it's true, world peace is, if that could just happen, it would be pretty amazing. But just peace for the land and peace for humans, and then love and joy. But it is really important to me just to protect everything that's come before us and to sustain it for the future. And so I signed up in Arizona, actually, on the reservation, because I was sitting there in the desert, and it was right after it had rained, so you could smell all the different herbs, and the sand was down and it was cool. And it was just sort of this moment where I was like, if I could just have this moment for someone else to be in, and just for someone else to experience this moment would be such a gift. And so I want it. Right then I was like, I'm gonna do that program. I'm just gonna do that and try and really put myself out there so that I can work for the future generations and myself, even my future. Yeah. A lot of people suffer from depression and anxiety from the causes of all this media and people telling us that our future is just not going to be there because of all this destruction that we've been doing for the past century and more, probably, because it's rooted in things long ago. I think the best thing for me personally, when I get sad about the future or when I'm thinking about all these things that we should have done and we haven't done, I like to think about all the positive things. Even though that's hard, it can be really hard in the middle of winter and it's cold and you're sitting there and you don't want to keep doing it. But maybe just looking at art really helps me. Music really helps me. I like writing songs and then performing them, and I like performing them for others too, because maybe they're in that same place of hopelessness, and just having the hearing that other people are going through or maybe feeling something similar to how you're feeling helps create a bridge. And so keeping bridges strong helps keep hope alive. So a lot of community actions and community things where you can involve as many people as you can really helps. I could tell you so many different stories about how I've just maybe walked outside, or I'm sure you've had the same thing, where you're just in a moment and it's so blissful and so peaceful, and you wish you could just stay in that moment forever, and you wish everyone around you could experience that feeling. And living in Alaska has given me a lot more of those opportunities, maybe, because of all the wildlife around us and the wilderness and the animals and the culture. There's a lot of culture, and it's alive, and going forward, yeah. I don't know. Everything about living in Alaska has really shaped me. I also lived in Arizona when I was 5, and I moved up here when I was 5. And growing up here has, I think, pushed me to be more present, but also just like being present, I guess. The caribou motivate me, and my mom motivates me, and my dad motivates me, and my sisters motivate me, and my aunties and uncles, and you motivate me to go out and do what I can to help save our world. Yeah. I would say practice being present, I think, is one of the biggest things. And just being able to take some positive energy in and just try and feel it all the way through. Even if it's just for a little bit of time, it's really helpful. And yeah, thank you.